is really a mental battle, because you're wondering, okay, when am I going to hit the wall? And a lot of it comes down to being able to look at your training program just in a black and white way, and looking at the numbers that are on there and saying, this is what I need to do. I'll just focus on the bar and going for an attack. You know, I felt like there's definitely more in the tank. There's got to be more in the tank because I'm going for 800. So when I started on this training program, I'd never actually done a program that would push me as far as this one has. You know, I've been hitting PRs of some sort for the past 8 weeks. Leading up to this last training cycle phase, I was hitting doubles every week, and almost every single double that I'd do in training was a PR. It's heavier than I'd ever gone. And hitting PRs every single week and wading into those unknown waters is really a mental battle, because you're wondering, okay, when am I going to hit the wall? And a lot of it comes down to being able to look at your training program just in a black and white way, and looking at the numbers that are on there and saying, this is what I need to do. You know, my coach says this is what I can pull based on what I've been pulling and how fast I've been pulling it, and so this is what I need to do. And something that I have to fight through a lot is all of those gray areas that tend to interfere with that mindset of being just black and white. Lots of external factors kind of mess with your mind, like how you slept that week, your food, stuff at work. You know, it all plays into it. And at the end of the day, you know, it just comes down to finding that place where all of that doesn't matter, and you just lock it in and do what needs to be done. Tonight, when I was setting up for my last 2 sets, I really just had to block everything out, not really think about the weight, but just more think about the movement. I needed to think about where I'm going to place my feet, my leg drive, how I need to pull my hips through, and not focus on how heavy or how light the last set felt. None of that really matters, because, you know, if the warm-up sets felt heavy, then, you know, it just means that maybe I need to warm up a little bit slower or whatever, but the end is to get to that top set. I like to just kind of pace back and forth. Really keep my heart rate down leading up to the lift, and then when it's go time, you know, I'll quicken my breathing a little bit, try and get my heart rate up there. I'll just focus on the bar and going for an attack. really there's just a lot of aggression that has to go into that initial lift. You can't hesitate at all. You have to go 100% as soon as you pull on that bar. If there's any kind of hesitation, then that bar is going to eat your lunch and you're going to end up failing the lift. And so tonight, I knew that as soon as I stepped up to that bar and as soon as I pulled onto it, I needed to follow through. That as soon as I pulled on the bar, that my leg drive needed to be spot on and needed to be 100%, and that as soon as it broke off the floor, I knew that my back and my hamstrings would take over and that weight was going to come off the floor. The deficit deadlifts that I did after that actually felt a lot heavier, and maybe that's just kind of because I left everything on the table with that 755 deadlift. But it's just going to get heavier every week until I get to that final goal. And I feel confident about next week's lift. I don't know what it's going to be. I just know it's going to be heavier than this week. But it's going to go up just like this week did. And I'm looking forward to seeing what these next 3 weeks look like, and how much my mentality and my body and my lifting is going to transform during that time, because this is really this last phase is when a lot of crazy things start happening. Where strength starts kicking in levels that you didn't know that you had. And all of the training leading up to this final phase compounds and sets you up for where you need to be. And so like tonight, that 25-pound PR felt great. I felt like there was definitely more in the tank. There's got to be more in the tank because I'm going for 800. The mental game that I've been gaining from this training and breaking PRs every single week and just wading deeper and deeper into these unknown waters is really setting me up to be where I need to be in 3 weeks when it comes time to hitting 800 and accomplishing this goal that I set out to do.